The plasma arc melting process ensures the high-purity titanium powder required for specialized aerospace applications.
The factory begins with high-purity titanium sponge, the starting material for most commercial titanium powder. Titanium sponge is produced via the Kroll process, where titanium tetrachloride reacts with magnesium at high temperature.
In many factories,
The ingot is then used as feedstock for powder production via several competing methods.
The most common commercial route for titanium powder today is the Hydride-Dehydride process.
In HDH, titanium sponge or scrap is placed in a hydrogen furnace and heated under hydrogen atmosphere.
At temperatures around 400–600 degrees Celsius, titanium absorbs hydrogen and becomes brittle titanium hydride.
Under high vacuum and temperatures of 600–900 degrees Celsius, hydrogen is driven off, converting the hydride back to ductile titanium metal.
The resulting dehydrated powder is screened and classified to achieve desired particle size distribution.
HDH powder typically has irregular, angular morphology with good flowability after additional processing.
Oxygen and nitrogen pickup is carefully controlled during HDH to maintain low interstitial levels.
Final HDH powder purity often reaches 99.5 and 99.9% titanium, with oxygen 0.25%.
Another major method is plasma atomization, widely used for high-quality spherical powder. In plasma atomization, a titanium wire, or rod, is fed into a high-energy plasma torch. The plasma, reaching temperatures over 10,000 degrees Celsius, melts the tip of the feedstock wire.
Plasma atomized powder is highly spherical, with excellent flowability and low oxygen content.
Typical particle sizes range from 15 to 150 microns, ideal for laser powder bed fusion bar. Gas atomization is another spherical powder production route using titanium. In gas atomization, molten titanium is prepared in a vacuum induction melting crucible.
Gas-atomized titanium powder offers tight size distribution and very low satellite particles. However, it tends to have slightly higher oxygen pickup compared to plasma atomization.
REP powder is among the cleanest, with minimal contamination and excellent sphericity.
Particle size is controlled by rotation speed and electrode diameter.
Emerging methods include laser or electron beam powder bed atomization variants.
Some factories use continuous direct reduction processes to make powder without sponge intermediates.
Cuts equal 15. Common cuts in court pipe for being for 100 when fix a corn BA.
Plasma spheroidization can be applied to irregular HDH powder to improve flowability.
In plasma spheroidization, irregular powder is fed into a plasma torch.
This step dramatically improves powder packing density and flow rate.
Particle size distribution is analyzed using laser diffraction or sieving.
Adjusting the flow rate now, we should see the hydrogen data stabilize.
Yes, the nitrogen and oxygen readings are already within spec. Humidity and oxygen exposure are minimized during all handling steps. Clean rooms or glove box systems are used for final packaging.
Each batch receives a certificate of analysis with full test results. Traceability is maintained from sponge batch to final powder lot.
Safety is critical due to titanium's pyrophoric nature when fine.
Powder fires can occur if oxygen enters the system unexpectedly.
Explosion-proof equipment and inert gas suppression systems are standard.
Dry powder fire extinguishers are required. No water allowed.
Ventilation systems capture fugitive dust with HEPA filtration. Regular ATEX zoning classifies areas for explosion risk.
Recycling of off-spec powder and scrap is common to reduce costs. Yield from sponge to final powder varies, 60 to 90% depending on method.
Plasma and REP methods have higher yield, but higher cost.
HDH remains the most cost-effective for large volumes.
Premium spherical powders for AM command prices 5 to 10x higher than sponge. End-use applications drive powder specifications.
Aerospace demands ultra-low oxygen for fatigue performance.
Medical implants require high biocompatibility and controlled chemistry.
Additive manufacturing needs excellent flow and low satellites.
Factories often have dedicated lines for different alloys, purified.
Ti6Al4V grade 5 is the most produced titanium powder alloy.
Quality management systems follow ISO 9001 and AS 9100 standards.
NADCAP accreditation is common for aerospace suppliers.
Regular audits ensure compliance with customer specifications.
And research continues on cost reduction methods, like Frey-Farthing-Chen-Cambridge process. The titanium powder industry is growing rapidly due to 3D printing demand.
Annual global production exceeds several thousand tons and is expanding.
Leading producers include AP&C, GE Additive, Techna, Carpenter Additive, TLS Technic.
Plasma atomization is favored for high-end aerospace and medical powders.
Gas atomization is widely used for cost-sensitive applications.
HDH dominates lower cost and larger particle markets.
Satellite particles are minimized to improve spreadability in AM. And smooth, spherical morphology reduces internal porosity in printed parts. Argon is preferred over nitrogen to avoid nitride formation.
Helium is sometimes used for faster cooling and finer particles.
Cooling rate affects microstructure and phase composition.
Post-processing heat treatments can be applied to powder if required.
Humidity control prevents clumping and oxidation.
All gas lines are purged before introducing new batches.
As you can see on the board, inert gases pose a severe aspiration hazard in confined spaces.
Hoppers and silos are designed with anti-static linings. Grounding prevents static discharge ignition.
Regular sampling ensures batch-to-batch consistency.
Statistical process control tracks key parameters.
Deviations trigger root cause analysis and corrective actions.
Finished powder is shipped in sealed drums or bags under inert gas.
Vacuum-sealed pouches are common for small quantities.
The entire process from sponge to packaged powder takes days to weeks.
Continuous improvement reduces interstitials and improves yield. Machine learning is beginning to predict powder properties.
Waste heat recovery from furnaces is increasingly implemented.
Argon recycling systems lower operating costs.
Theatite. Titanium powder remains one of the most challenging and valuable metal powders.
Its combination of low density, high strength, and corrosion resistance is unmatched. Monitor the molecular bonds on the main display. The blue light intensity is fluctuating.
It's within tolerance, but adjust the robotic arm calibration on Sector 3.
Every step balances cost, quality, safety, and performance.
Power levels are spiking. Stabilize the arc.
Attempting realignment. Pressure's dropping fast.
Each batch supports critical applications in flight and human health.
Strict protocols ensure no contamination reaches the customer.
The process is a triumph of chemistry, physics, and precision engineering.
Innovation continues to drive down costs and improve properties.
From raw sponge to perfect spherical powder, it enables the next generation of high-performance components.